anywhere because this is the Talk B. Jones
And that's right. This is the Talk B. Jones. Well, we're getting ready to go worldwide on the Talk B. Jones. And again, we are broadcasting out of the Virgin Island studios at WHPR, WHPS. And you can get ready to call me if you choose to, as we're going around the world and wherever you are. You can call me. Remember, the program is on the air every Wednesday. We're here live from 10 to 11. That's right, from 10 to 11 a.m. And, of course, you can always pick us up on that YouTube. That's TV33, YouTube TV33 on demand. And you can go to videos and you can see the latest version of our shows. And if you want to go back and see some of the shows we've already produced, we have about 270 shows that's in the can. So you can watch some of the shows from the past through the years of the Talk B. Jones. Remember, every Wednesday is live, but you can also remember that on a Sunday, you can see the broadcast of Talk B. Jones on 15.2. That's 15.2. And it comes on at 4 p.m. That's right, 4 p.m. That's the Talk B. Jones on 15.2. And family, we are ready. And let me give you a telephone number in case you choose to call in. It's going to be you and me. That's right, you and me. We're going to go back, throw it back years style in which I, you, and us. We're going to be trying to communicate, trying to get you involved with the program. I know I've been having guests, I've been having telephone guests, etc. But now I want you to be my telephone guest from anywhere you are, wherever you're located. You can call this number, 313-365-7379. Now again, that number is 313-365-7379. Call me and let's talk on the Talk B. Jones, where again, we're going worldwide. And let's talk about the fact that it's getting close to that time. It's getting close to that time. It's time for you who are undecided to get decided in terms of what is your future going to be. What is your lifestyle going to be? What is your children lifestyle going to be? What is your grandchildren lifestyle going to be? There is a rumor, and I'm just repeating a rumor, that if we do not do the election in a certain particular style, there is a threat that potentially we may not in the United States of America have an election any further. There may be one person in that office who says, no more elections. I got this. And of course, we want you to understand that we always want to have a choice. We always want to have a choice, and we give that person the opportunity to go through their program, however they feel that how to lead the United States of America for 4 years. After that time, the grading card is in. If the folks in America decide that your leadership is not the proper leadership for the country, then we have the choice of having another candidate step up and present their position. And then we have that choice of either stand with what we got in that office of being the president, or we can make a change. And when the person that is vying to be in that position of being the president of the United States, and there's indications that they're wanting to set things up so that this will be the last election if they are elected. What is it in America that you feel you can go through a lifestyle of your living, your life, your children, and your grandchildren, in which one person and under the decision of the Supreme Court, that person can make any type of irrational decisions. And check this out, it said irrational decisions that they choose to make, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. So the leadership would be one-dimensional and not have to be looking over the shoulders or looking to see if they're in violations of any style. So is that what we're looking to have leading the United States of America? And when they say, well, we have a choice, we may not have, in some person's opinion, is it a good choice, a bad choice, a medium choice? But there is a choice. And you have to make that decision for the situation. You cannot sit and say, I'm undecided at this particular perspective. You must sit down, go into your own space, wherever the space is that you feel most comfortable. Go into your space and you talk with yourself. And whatever powers that you feel communicates with you, allow that person that you feel, person, spirit, however you feel, to help you come to a decision. But my friends, my family in the United States of America, we have to make a decision. And remember, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Your opinion, when it's yours, is the greatest opinion in the world. Other folks may not agree with that opinion, but it's yours. And if that's the way you feel, then that is your vote. That is your vote. Now, we're going to speak on the fact that we have some situations in which I'm going to ask folks who are in America, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? And when I'm asking these questions, I'm going to give you a telephone number. That number again to call from anywhere in the world. From anywhere in the world. That number is 313-365-7379. Once again, if you're just joining me, that number, 313-365-7379. So we're opening the telephone lines. I don't have anyone else calling. I do not have a telephone host. I'm looking for you to join me. Now, I've been told in the past many times, Billy, we don't call because we like to hear what you're saying. We like to hear you speak. We like the way that you talk, the way that you place things. But family, sometimes even Billy Jones, that's Billy E. Jones, would like to be able to hear your thinking, hear your thoughts. And then we're able to kind of have a conversation. And remember, when you place your conversation, when you place your opinion, your thought, it's not a conversation or an opinion that I'm going to oppose. I may have something to add or something to say from a perspective, but you can hold fast and remember you will not be chastised. You will not be critiqued or criticized. You will be allowed to speak your voice, because in America, it's called free speech. Whether I like it, whether the other folks in the world like it, it's your feelings. And I want to be able to let you understand that you have this right to express yourself. So again, my number, to let you understand, there's no one here. There's no one to monitor. There's no one to say, oh, you can't get on the air. No one is going to say, what are you going to say to him? What are you going to speak on? None of that. I'm a big man. I understand. I can handle it. Can you? Call me. 313-365-7379. Once again, the number is 313-365-7379. And, I want to just say to my family again, This is an important election. Sometimes I speak kind of in an abstract fashion, but I'm going to come straight to you. This is an important election. This election will determine the destiny of everyone in America. People all around America, no matter what city, no matter what state, county, this will affect you. I want to speak to my blended families. I want to speak to my blended families. And you know how hard it is to have a blended family and the work that you have to go to, because folks in a blended family many times are brought up with different thoughts. And when you have to work as a family and as a unit, it can be difficult. Now let's go into the fact of folks who have married a person or who is involved with a person of another race, another person who is involved with another religious perspective. You know how difficult that can be. First, with the person that you're with, and also with that family, the persons who have that family members who may not be exactly saying he's or she is a good choice. And next you have the situation of having children in that mixed situation. Yes, it's a mixed situation. Love overcomes everything between the two of you. But does that love extend to your other family members outside of the two of you? So we're looking at, we have this status, we have this situation of not just looking at you or your person that you're involved, loving, married person that you are involved with as a couple. And let me put this to perspective. If you are a same-sex couple, in this country called America, you have the respect and you have the right to have children. You do have the right to have children. So now you have those particular perspectives that now you're bringing those children up under those guidelines, under your thinking. But it's called freedom of thought, freedom to grow, freedom to be different. But if you're under a dictatorship, where is your freedom? What are you, and what style, what thinking process will you be able to bring your children up with? For those who are already in their 20s and 30s, who've been indoctrinated with how America is operated, how are they going to go through the changes? Give you an understanding of an example. Many of a certain generation was brought up with the fact that if their parent wanted to take the extension cord, have you go outside and pull a branch off the tree and whoop your butt for whatever the reason. They could do that. And if you happen to be the person that in your family, that if your mom or dad gets upset, who do they choose to have a problem with? It may be you. And you got your butt whooped. But they could do that. Then we go across the idea, and we was brought up under that particular guise of upbringing. And we spoke about it, and we bragged about it. We laughed about it. We embraced it because they knew they were saying, here's the right way. Might have been wrong, but they told you this is the right way. And if you don't do it the right way, which is my way, I'm going to whoop your butt. And then we go through the phase that people was used to being touched. People were used to having conflict resolution if they was touched and understood what that was about. Then we go through the generation that came across and saying and was brought up in which, as a mother and as a father, you know, legally, you're not supposed to spank your child. Don't even think about taking an extension cord, a belt, sending them out to get a branch off the tree. You can't do that. So now we had a whole different thinking of upbringing. And what did we get from that? We have a generation in which folks say, don't touch me. Don't touch me. So for the persons who were brought up in that you can't have any form of physical discipline by the parent, not speaking of outside folks, we're speaking of the parent, then that's a whole different mental attitude about what life is supposed to be about. Think about it, family. Think about it. Those who got spanked, whipped, and those who were brought up in an environment of saying, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Now you potentially may go through a process saying, don't even think about voting. Don't even think about judging my judgment. If I'm the president, you follow my directions. If I have a mental issue, it don't matter. If I like to lie, cheat, and steal, there's nothing that you can do about it. The Supreme Court has given me the power. I'm speaking as the president now. So what are we going to do in terms of the generation that's coming up later and also the generation that's here now? We want to live. We brag about the fact that we live in a free country. We have the freedom of thought. We have the freedom of expression. We have the freedom of speech. And if that's taken away, you in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, and we got folks who live into 100. Everything that you've learned about America has now changed. But what about if you were only 20 or 30 or 40 when these changes are put in line? Are you going to be satisfied? Are you going to be able to live in that environment? Are you going to rebel? Are you going to go along with this? Are you going to be the last person to say, look, I've had freedom of speech. I've had freedom of my direction of my life, all of my life. And they tell you it don't matter. There's a new president in town now. And that one man can make that difference. Let us go through black men. I'm not going to sit here and try to play like I'm a scholar, like I understand all of us. That's not for me to try to do. I'm going to speak to you as a singular black man. I'm going to speak to you as a singular black man and my observations of my upbringing, the generations that was before me, and some of the generations that were after me. And I want to say that our Vice President, Ms. Harris, has a problem with some of us black men. We will vote for anyone except for a woman. Bring in a black woman and it's a no. But my brothers, we are in a situation where it is no longer about us having the leadership over a woman. It's not like that dominance that we like to have in our household. It's not like we were brought up that a man has to lead, to be the leader in the household. It's not like the man has to make all of the decisions in today's world. We have to peel back the onion, and we have to understand that now it's not about us not wanting to be led by a woman and a black woman. It's about the person. We take the gender away from this decision, my brothers. We take the decision and we make the decision that what is greatest for my children, my family, and the folks who are going to come later than that. This is that time, my good brothers. Now, if you notice my family around the world, I'm not speaking to everybody at this point. I'm being singular and asking my men brothers to consider the fact that we do not have to be macho, because this is not a process of controlling your woman, my woman. It is a process of who is going to be in charge of every person and everything that we live, we breathe, we touch, and we love, being affected by our decision in terms of who is going to lead this country. Who is going to lead this country? And we have to look at, if I ask you a question, my brother, if I ask you a question, I ask you to give me a truthful answer. Things are built on truth. Things are built on truth. They have the saying that what is done in the dark will come out in the light. So, my brothers, when you are looking at this particular presidential race, it's not looking at a person as your woman or the thought of being led by a female. It's about who is going to be in control of making the greatest decisions as they are put upon the Oval Office. That's going to be fair. That's going to be in the best interest of your loved ones that are presently with you and your loved ones that may come through your children to become your grandchildren. We say, I want the best for my child. I want the best for my grandchildren. So it's not about us saying, I don't want to be led by a woman. That's not where we are, brothers. That's not where we are. We have to make the decision of saying, can I look in you in the eye? And you know how we say, look me in the eye when I'm asking you the question, so I can feel that you're going to give me the truth. And if I have 10 questions and I get 6 to 7 answers, and those 6 to 7 answers are a lie. People say, don't call me a lie. I call you a lie. When you are deliberately fabricating the truth and making it not truthful. Because by not being truthful, you cause confusion. And many people do not have the time to dissect that lie. And they walk away thinking that you have given them the truth. And they live and they think based upon what you have spoken to them about. because you are articulate, because you have that style, that make-believe, that people want to believe you, want to believe the dream. And remember what we say, believe the dream, because that is something that is fabricated and is not true. You want the truth, but you want the honesty. Being in the Oval Office, being the President of the United States of America, there are so many compromises in the past. Check it out. I said, in the past, being the president, that often had to be made. If you have a president in the office that have been granted the rights by the Supreme Court, that nobody can challenge any decision that you make. If I don't like you and I'm the president, I can send any of my people that I have the power to place you in an unfavorable situation. I can ruin you. I can take you out. And there is nothing that anyone can say. You have nothing to say. I have this to say. Stay with me. I'm going to take a commercial break. I am in the studios at Virgin Islands at WHPR, WHPS. And this is the Talk Beat Jones. We'll be live every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. Another broadcast on Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. on 105.2. We'll see you back shortly.
Talk Beat Jones and
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
TV33 is moving to WHPS TV channel 15.2. Make sure to rescan the channels on your TV. Then go to WHPS channel 15.2 to pick up TV33 and all of your favorite shows. The move is on, and we want you to move with us to WHPS channel 15.2.
have to go anywhere because this is the Talk B. Jones, and
it's there. All right, family, we're back with the Talk B. Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and again, this is the Talk B. Jones. We are live on the air on a Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 every Wednesday. And of course, you can watch us again at 4 p.m. on 105.2 at 4 p.m. You can pull up, say to your phone, say to Siri or say to Google, just tell them, say, take me to YouTube, TV33 on demand. That's TV33 on demand. And you go to videos, and the videos will give you the latest edition of my show, as well as the other shows produced at the studios here. And of course, you can swipe up, swipe down. You can find the new shows as well as the old shows from years back. Okay? And we have about 286 shows that we have already produced, and they will always produce live. So again, we ask you to participate and tell your friend right now. We have some more time. You have time to let your friend know, check this guy out. Check this guy out. I am that guy. Some of you remember me from Oakland, California. Some of you may remember my program, Jones Asides, which was legendary. And speaking on that, we feel this way. That was legendary back in the days. We can't recreate that. We cannot recreate that. One day, I'm going to bring on a video of the Jones Asides and show you what I mean. The rubber band man that could do all that. Time changes everything. So what are we doing? We're understanding. Take the Jones Asides, let it go to rest. Let it have peace. Let the legend stay where the legend has been. Now it's time to move my fitness, my world, your world, in a different sphere, in a different style. That's what is coming to you. And I'll come on live at times, and I'll do my fitness. And some of you may learn to join me. But this will be part of the journey as I speak on it as a journey. Sometimes we push it to the side and say, let's take this other road and let's walk it over here. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to walk that fitness in a different road. Still Jones. We're not trying to reduplicate the Jones Asides. Even I could not reduplicate the Jones Asides. Okay? But the journey has not stopped. The journey will continue. Why? Because I love me. I love me enough to give up everything that was wrong that I was doing to my body, to my spirit, to my soul. But I have the experience to understand how to make those corrections. But the dedication that it takes, is it there? The drive that it takes, is it there? Can it come back? Nah, not like it was. But I want to live. I want to be able to overcome the things they say comes with age, comes with time moving on. I want us to understand we don't have to give up. We modify. We modify. And when you modify what you're doing, you can become great again. Yes, you can. So as we go through the process of modifying the United States of America. There are other countries that have been led by whom? By a woman. By a woman. So in America, we do not have to stay with the same principle that it has to be a male figure leading this country. We can modify our thoughts and keep everything intact. And after 4 years of our modification, it's like everything else that we've done on the presidential elections. In 4 years, if you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, if the promises that was made are not being kept, then you make a change. You make a change. But moving forward is the change of being led by a woman the same as being led by an irrational person that will tell you anything that you want to hear to get you to vote for them? Does that change become a situation in which irrational thoughts can be the controlling process as the President of the United States of America? Could that person who led this country, who stated that they were going to have the best people working under them, go through the process that when people who believed in that individual, in that person, at the conclusion of their 4 years of working and being with that person, some not a whole 4 years, but at the conclusion, all of those persons, from the top issue of those persons, the top echelon of those persons, the persons that was given the power to be powerful as their department heads, all come back at the conclusion of the 4 years or the years they served and say, what? This person is not fit to lead this country. This is not somebody standing outside the office, somebody down the street, round the corner, and over yonder. This is a person, a people that dealt directly with the person who was leading this country that says, that person is dangerous. That person is dangerous. If I'm a chameleon, I can change. I can change. But remember, a chameleon changes when they see something that they need to blend into. But they always come back to their true colors. They always come back to their true colors. And if I'm an irrational liar, and if I believe that no matter what I do, as long as I lie, it's okay. It's okay. Now that may be workable in your household, and it's sometimes on a form of your job. But when they find out and they finally get to the perspective that they want to check you, what you're really saying, and they find out that you're lying, they say, hey, you got to go. Whether it's in your household or whether it's on your job. But in the job of being the President of the United States of America, and they tell you by the Supreme Court, hey, do anything you want to do. Say anything you want to say. Attack whoever you want to attack. Be friends with every particular czar, person who is in charge of their country, and let people know I'm friends with them people. I can get along with them people. Why? Because you admire the fact that that one person controls all of those millions of people in their countries? and there's no one that can say anything against them? That's what you want? Is that the power, that person who's vying for the presidency of the United States of America? Is that who you want to be leading you? Now I'm talking to everybody. I've spoken to my brothers. And when I speak about brothers now, I'm speaking to every man of any color, of any creed, of any, whatever your religious background may be. You are my brother. You are my brother. But I wanted to personally make that a process where I'm speaking to the black men in America who've come up under the duress of being black in America. And sometimes when you don't have the power to make other decisions, you feel that the power you have in your household makes you a stronger, greater man, because you have no control outside of your house. That's not the way it works now. That's not what we're looking to. We're looking to modify. We're looking to modify the office of being the person that's handling our business. The President of the United States don't have to be a male figure. They do not have to be a male figure. And guess what? Who's used to handling a whole lot of stuff? And we look at our women, or a woman, or our sister. They handle a lot of things. But we do not give them the credit that they can handle world issues, world relations, because we're thinking they're weak. They're too compassionate. No. You have a professional person who is a political person who have guided, made those hard, tough decisions, and was willing and is willing to be critiqued and criticized, and have continued to move forward. So as you are in a status of saying, yeah, but I'm still kind of undecided. I'm undecided as to, I don't know if I want a woman to lead me. Yes, that's okay. That's okay. You have the right to go through those feelings, to go through those thoughts. But we simply ask you, outside of you, look at your woman, or look at your mate. Because we're no longer a country that everything is about a man and a woman. So whatever situation that you may be involved with, think, if you were in other countries, could you openly make that decision to have a mate that's not of an opposite sex than what you are? Think about that. Think about, could those rules and those laws that allow you to be in that situation, in that relationship, could it be turned like Roe Wade decision will be Wade? Could it be reversed? Could your rights to love whomever you choose to be loved, could that be reversed? If the president decides that no longer do you have those rights, guess what? All he has to say is, no longer do I want a country that is not only for a male-female relationship. Think about that. And from a folk who are looking at the fact that they've come to this country as youngsters, or watch their people, their parents come to this country wanting a greater, better life. And they struggled. And they struggled. And then they start doing greater, better. There is somebody who says, send them home, send them back. knock at your door and say, you got to go. You don't belong here. But my mom, no, you got to go. But for those persons who've come here and got to be successful, who went against the grain and made it, well, it's like some other folks said, well, I want to blend in with the white folks and think that I'm get all the rights that they have. I was able to do this and it's still tough for me. Well, guess what? We can smile in your face and get ready to send you home. You say, where's my home is America? Not in everyone's opinion, not in everyone's thinking, is this your home? So who is going to give you the greatest potential advantages for your children? Who is going to set it up so that you can be a stable person in the country called the United States of America? Not someone who's saying that if I don't win the election, there's going to be an uproar. There's going to be a war. That there's going to be a division. Why am I speaking those words when I'm supposed to be the ultimate unifier for all people? Why am I setting up the wedge so that if I don't win, there's going to be a serious problem in America? Why would a person set up a process where he can say, I got partners, I got friends, and one of my friends is going to give $1 million to help people decide to vote for me? And back in the day, before it became X, and I spoke on the fact of why that person made that acquisition and what they were going to do. And when you're looking at the news media and you're looking at the reports and stuff, people act dumb. They know why it was done, but for the fact of making media news, they string it out. They string it out. They don't give you the in-depth understanding of what they see is happening. But I came on years ago and I told you, this person bought that business for the fact that they wanted to control it, and they were going to direct that for whom? Donald Trump. And what has come to the light? That person is using that platform and their $1 billion of money for whom? For Donald Trump. So you see, some things, if you just peel back the onions, your eyes will water. But you keep peeling, you run across things you don't want to see. You don't want to see it, but it's in your face. And when they decide to take off their outer vision of what they're actually doing that you can see, and then what is there, what they're actually doing. And now you're seeing what this person was really doing when they bought and turned it into X. That's what money will do. So are we looking to look at persons with money making all the decisions in terms of what group, what race, what folks, what affiliations of people is going to get ahead in America? Or we're going to go through the process of saying and doing like they say, shut the government down. Look at how politics work. If there is not a compromise at a certain particular time, if there's not a compromise, the threat is that all that we know in America can be stopped if people do not come to a compromise. And there's a reason, family, why there's a word called compromise. It is the fact that you're going to have times in which your opinion and the other person's opinion just don't gel. It don't gel right. But you continue to talk and find a meeting place. That maybe I can chip away at some things that you're doing. You chip away at some things I'm doing, and we can say, let's meet in the middle. Or let's do this for this period of time, and we can change it later. But if you have one person, one individual that will tell you, all of my advisors that advise me, all of you are fired. All of you are fired. There is no one that can tell me how and when to do nothing. I am in control. And if my ego is such that I want to consistently prove to you that I run all of my America, if I want to impress Putin and show Putin that I can do just as much as he's doing, if I want to show the guy in North Korea I can be as strong as you are, and I can have people walking in lockstep with me, or they got to go. If they have a successful business and they're using their business and their finances from their business to oppose me, I can shut their business down. People say, you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, he can. When you are given all the powers to the Supreme Court can no longer even look over his shoulder and say, you can't do that. Family, do you realize how important this election is? And I will say family, because if you're a person, you can be a racist. You can be a racist, but you're still part of the family. Because why? We are citizens of the United States of America. You are here in America to eventually become a citizen of America. So it makes us all family. And family, we're going to have squabbles. Family, we're going to have upsets. Family, we're going to have strong disagreements. But the fact is that if there is love and if there is respect, we can make a decision that's good for all of us, including those who cross the borders. They will work to get to become a citizen of the United States of America. They will be under the guise of the laws of the United States of America. Whatever it was and however it was from where they came from, it's no longer there. They're in America now. But they came to America. They're here in America to live the dream. Some folks have dreams of being hardworking individuals for their family. Some people come to America to do what? Be slick. That's just the way we are, folks. That's human nature. We're going to have the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's not true to just one group of folk. In every country, in every nationality, that you see is crimes of passion, crimes of opportunity, crimes of viciousness, crimes of disrespect. You have that in every country. Human nature is always going to have some people that want to do something just because of what they want. But that's in America called freedom of thought, freedom of feeling, freedom of doing what you want to do. So my undecided friends, my undecided family, think about what is going to happen to you. And if you really don't care about yourself, think about what is going to happen to your family that you love, to the family that your daughter and your son will bring into the world. What opportunities will they have to understand what America and the promise of being in America can bring to them? If there is no America as we know it. And as we know America, every 4 years, there is supposedly the respect that you campaign, you do the greatest job that you can do, you put your issues out, and when it's all said and done, the American people have the opportunity to vote you in, or the American people have the ability to vote you out. And that's acceptable. It's called the peaceful transfer of power. But when you're telling me that if I don't win, if you don't win, oh, the people who trust and believe in me are not going to accept the election. That's what we're being told. That's what we're being told. So family, my undecided friends, my undecided family, hopefully in listening today, we've hit something that may make you think, I don't know that guy. I don't even like that guy. But he said something that made me think, that made me feel that I have to look past my thoughts of being undecided and know that I have to make a decision. And remember, your decision is respected, whether it's what I want, what someone else wants, but it's what you want. Family, this thought, this feeling, this conversation that you were a part of today, it comes from the heart. It comes from the heart. I am an American citizen. Under everything else that you see, I am an American citizen. And we love you, we respect you, and we really appeal you to make that positive thought. Talk B. Jones, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. Check us out on Sunday from 4 to 5 on 105.2. We love you, and have a great, YouTube, TV33 on demand. Gotta go. Bye, Dad.
Don't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk B. Jones, and I